It's Pete from Cheap Homesteading, and today we are going to open a package from Spider Farmer. Spider Farmer is basically a LED grow light company. I mean, they sell grow tents and everything, but they're mainly an LED grow light company. And they sell it for all kinds of different purposes. My purpose is going to be for basically growing vegetables. I really felt in the last little bit that we really need the capability of growing some sort of vegetables all year long, and you really need a good LED grow light to do that. So I was already thinking that, and then they got in touch with me. Then they said they wanted to send me an LED grow light, and I thought this is just perfect. So I said, send it out. So it just showed up. We're going to open it up and take a look at it. Don't want to cut into the box too much. So there you go. It comes with a Spider Farmer booklet. Shows strawberries and everything. It's kind of a manual. We're going to hold on to that. I'm bad with holding on to manuals, but we really should hold on to that. So there you go. That is a nice looking grow light. Okay, so we got the power cords. So this is what it comes with. It comes with a booklet, and I'm really going to read this because I'm bad at reading manuals, but you know what? I'm sure they've tried it, and they want the light to work good. So we're going to follow the manual about growing under Spider Farmer lights. They give you the types of light that it gives off. And I looked online too, and they have how strong it is at different heights. Okay, so they got the power cord and the wall cord. In this bag too, they got the little wires that actually hang the light. They're not very long, but I think they're going to work good. My cabinet's pretty tall, so I'm going to have some sort of chains or something hanging down from the inside of my grow cabinet. But they are actually adjustable. They got these little wing nuts, and you can change the height of the light. I haven't grown too much under a grow light, but what I have had is you can see if you end up burning them because the lights are too close. So this way they'll be a whole lot more adjustable than before. Okay, so let's look at the light. It's packed. It's packed well. So there you go. Spider Farmer insignia. It's all powder coated, really nice. And so they got rows of LEDs, and they got different color ranges for each one. And the metal itself is the heat sink. Normally LEDs, they create a bit of heat. And they need like either fans or a heat sink, but this actual tin shroud is actually the heat sink. So it'll be interesting to see how hot this thing gets. So, you know, what I think I'm going to do is we're going to go downstairs and we're going to install this in the grow cabinet. Here is the homemade grow closet. I got the light. First thing we're going to do is take the cables and we're going to screw it on to the grow light. And I'm going to try to make sure it's as tight as I can. There's one on either end. I'm going to pop these off for now. So I marked where I want my holes. And I'm going to fish the wire up through it. And then on the very top of the grow cabinet, I'm going to use these as the clamps. I think that is going to work the best. So the wires aren't long enough to go from the top to about a foot above the plants. So that's just not going to work. But maybe temporarily I'll just put a little bit of a space or something to raise the plants up a bit, because my goal is to keep that LED light originally at the very top. So if I put a shelf here, that light will work on this shelf, and then I'll maybe put 2 more shelves with lights eventually. For now, we're just going to fish the wire through. I'll leave it at my lowest setting, and we'll just see how low the light can actually get. And then we'll go from there. I looked up the dimension of the light and made my cabinet accordingly, but the power cord sticks out another inch and a bit. So I mean, it's not going to contact here, but I don't like how close that is. So I think what I'm going to do is drill a hole here and drill a hole here and make it and make the light kitty corner like that. I think that's going to be better. Okay, so we're going to do holes number 2. What I'm going to do is put where the cord goes in the back corner. So you got to do what you got to do. So now I am going to run the cord straight up. So I'll drill another hole here. So we're going to get the power cord for the light. We're going to put it down the hole. And we're going to plug it in here. I feel like I need a zip tie here to sturdy up the plug. So I put the plug in. I didn't like the wire just hanging there, so I kind of zip tied it here. Yeah, I don't think you want to have force on here. It doesn't go to much, just a circuit board, so you don't want to be pushing. And then it comes up through and up through the ceiling of the cabinet. Okay, so we're going to plug this in, and I'm going to plug in the light. That is pretty cool. You can actually see the different colored LEDs. That's for different stages, different wavelengths of light. This thing really does light up this space. We're going to plug in the fan. I think that's going to work good. So here is the grow closet up and going. The Spider Farmer light really doesn't put off very much heat. I don't know what it'll do if you leave it on for a long time, so I'll keep an eye on it. But it's barely warm right now. The wires coming up. They could have made these wires longer because I need to lower the light just a little bit. But you know what? I think I'm just going to throw the tomato plants in the bottom. Basically, the light should be about a foot above the tomato plants. If you put it too close, it's hard on them. If you put it too far, it's not enough. So I'm just going to throw the tomato plants on the bottom and see how they do. I might just get a very shallow bench or something just so I can raise the plants about another foot. But otherwise, this is looking good. So let's go get the plants. So I really should have measured these seed trays before building the actual grow cabinet, because if I would have made the grow cabinet this much wider, I would have been able to fit 2 full trays wide. But you know what? When I'm actually using it to grow lettuce, I'm going to find the right size containers to actually maximize this space. For now, we're going to throw the tomatoes in here. The light is way too high for them. It needs to be about a foot above the tomato plants. So when I'm out there today, I'm going to build some sort of a stand just to raise them up a little bit. The grow cabinet is up and running. I didn't plan on putting my tomato plants in it, but man, I think this is going to save my bacon, because these tomato plants grew so quickly that they're outgrowing the pots, they're outgrowing really putting them under any sort of light that I have in the house, and it's too cold outside to put the plants outside. So I'll throw them in here for a little bit, see how they're doing. I looked around and no one had 6-inch nursery pots. So I ordered some on Amazon, but they're taking forever to come. So whenever they come, I'm going to replant these tomato plants, and hopefully by then I can actually put them outside. So my whole goal with this grow cabinet was actually to grow lettuce. So we'll throw the tomato plants in there temporarily. Hopefully the weather starts cooperating, we can just put them outside, and I get my bigger pots. But for now, the grow cabinet is up and running, looks good, and that's about enough for today. You guys have a good one.